Imagine standing in front of thousands of people, the lights, the music, the applause, everything you have ever dreamed of finally becomes real. And yet, inside you feel completely alone. People think success protects you, money protects you, fame protects you, but sometimes the biggest battles can't be seen. There was a time when every party, every wedding, every car ride seemed to have a Yo Honey Singh song playing. His music was everywhere, his confidence was contagious, his rise felt unstoppable, and then, almost overnight, he disappeared. Rumors spread, questions followed, people guessed, people judged, but very few knew what was really happening. Because sometimes the loudest person in the room is fighting the quietest battle. And maybe Honey Singh's greatest comeback wasn't returning to music, it was returning to himself. You know the headlines. Now let's find the last piece. Last time, Aishwarya reminded us that perfection is a burden no one can carry forever. Today's story begins with someone who wasn't trying to be perfect, he just wanted to be heard. Can I ask you something? Have you ever dreamed of becoming someone the whole world would recognize? Most of us have, but we rarely ask what happens after that dream comes true. Before the sold out concerts, before the record breaking songs, before becoming one of the India's biggest music sensations, Honey Singh was simply a young artist obsessed with creating music. Every beat, every lyric, every late night was another step toward a dream very few believed would become reality. Then everything changed. His songs became anthems, his name became a brand, and suddenly success arrived faster than anyone expected. The crowds grew larger, the expectations higher, the pressure heavier, but from the outside, everything looked perfect. That's the thing about fame. It shows people your brightest moments, not always your darkest ones. Soon the world would notice that something had changed, but almost nobody understood why. There is something nobody tells you about success. It doesn't ask whether you are ready, it simply arrives. One day you are chasing your dream, the next day you are living it. And somewhere in between, life changes faster than your mind can understand. For Honey Singh, the rise was extraordinary. Song after song became a sensation, concert after concert filled with thousands of fans. His music was everywhere. From the outside, it looked like the perfect life. The fame, the money, the applause, the success, but appearances can be incredibly convincing because sometimes the person making everyone else smile is quietly fighting a battle no one can see. Then something happened. The songs stopped, the performances stopped. The man who seemed impossible to ignore suddenly wasn't there anymore. Questions began, rumors spread, people guessed, some judged, but behind the headlines, there was a far more human story. Honey Singh later spoke publicly about facing serious mental health challenges, including bipolar disorder, and described a long period away from the spotlight while focusing on treatment and recovery. Imagine waking up not knowing if you will ever feel like yourself again. Imagine the world waiting for your comeback while you're simply trying to get through another day. That's a different kind of pressure. Not the pressure to perform, the pressure to heal. Think about your own life. How many times have you smiled when everything inside you felt heavy? How many times have people said you look fine without realizing how much strength it took just to show up? Maybe that's why we should be kinder, because every person is fighting a battle we cannot see. Healing is rarely dramatic. There are no trophies, no standing ovations, no headlines for the small victories. Sometimes healing looks like getting out of bed, writing one song, meeting one friend, taking one more step forward. Over time, Honey Singh began returning to music not because everything was suddenly perfect, but because he kept moving. Maybe that's what courage actually looks like, not pretending nothing happened, but choosing to begin again. If these stories help you look beyond the fame and see the person behind it, then you have found exactly why this channel exists. Every week we search for the lesson hidden inside someone's journey. But perhaps Honey Singh's greatest achievement wasn't a chart topping song, it was something far more difficult, finding himself after believing he might never return. People often think a comeback looks like this: a packed stadium, a hit song, millions of views, standing ovations. But maybe the greatest comebacks are much quieter. Maybe a comeback begins the morning you finally feel like yourself again. For Honey Singh, returning to music was only part of the journey. The real victory was finding hope after a period when hope seemed impossible. Think about that. The world celebrated the artist who returned, but only he knew how difficult the road back had truly been. Maybe that's why his story feels different today. Not because everything became perfect, but because he proved that healing is possible. Some scars never completely disappear, some memories stay with us, some difficult chapters became part of who we are, and perhaps that's okay, because healing doesn't erase the past, it teaches us how to carry it. So, who is Yo Honey Singh? A music icon? Absolutely. A record breaking artist? Without question. A man who faced some of the hardest years of his life away from the spotlight? Yes. But perhaps those titles still miss the most important part. Maybe his real story isn't about how high he climbed, it is about how he found the strength to climb again. Life has a way of humbling all of us. Sometimes it takes away our confidence, sometimes our health, sometimes the version of ourselves we thought we would last forever. But here is the beautiful thing: as long as you are still here, your story isn't over. Think about your own life. Maybe you are carrying a burden nobody knows about. Maybe you are waiting for life to become easier. Maybe you are wondering if you will ever feel like yourself again. If that's you, remember this: you don't have to heal overnight. You don't have to have all the answers. You only have to take one more step. If Honey Singh's story reminded you that even the strongest people need time to heal, then perhaps this wasn't just his story. Maybe it became a small part of ours. If stories like this help you see life a little differently, I would love for you to stay with us because every week we are searching for one more piece of the human story. Rekha taught us that peace needs no explanation. Jennifer reminded us that one chapter never defines your future. Shahrukh believed before the world did. Aishwarya showed us that perfection isn't something we owe anyone. And today, Honey Singh leaves us with one simpler reminder. Sometimes the hardest person to come back to is yourself. Our next story begins with a crown, but it isn't about beauty. It isn't about fame. It's about a woman who proved that the biggest victories don't always happen on a stage. The world celebrated the title she won, but her greatest achievement comes years later. She chose love before certainty, family before expectations, and her own path before society's timeline. She reminded us that life doesn't have to follow anyone else's rules. Because sometimes the bravest thing you will ever do is build the life that feels right for you. That's our next piece. Every headline shows you a moment, every journey hides a lesson, and sometimes the greatest comeback isn't the one the world applauds, it is the one only you know you fought for. Until next time, keep looking for the last piece. Until next time, keep looking for the last piece.